This will be epic. The Enduro World Series lands in one of the rowdiest and raddest destinations on the planet, Whistler, BC. 5 stages, 2,800 meters of total descent, racing 18 kilometers of BC's best trails. The toughest one-day race in the sport. Round number 6 of Enduro World Series returns to Crankworx Whistler, the Camelback Canadian Open Enduro presented by Specialized.
Oh, what's up, mountain bikers of the world? We're starting out day 2 of competition here at stop number 4 of the Crankworx World Tour, and it's all about Enduro today. The Camelback Canadian Open Enduro presented by Specialized. Of course, it's not just any old Enduro race. This is stop number 6 of the Enduro World Series. And one of the most grueling events of that World Series. I mean, we're in Whistler. We're in a spot that has a multitude of different trails. And the final stage here today is what we're going to be showing for this broadcast. It's a heater, to say the least.
That it is, Cam. I mean, it's an amazing, over 20 minutes probably for the men and even longer for the women. So basically, they've run 4 stages, but the race is not over by any means of the imagination. They've still got almost half their race still to come in one stage.
With ISABEAU COURDURIER dropping in, that leaves one more woman left to drop. Numero uno out of France, Cécile Ravenel. She's won here in Whistler 2 times before. She's looking to make it 3, and she's off across the Cloudraker Sky Bridge.
And I mean, if she says that her mental game is her strength, then you must know how confident she is, you know?
Well, here we go. Rider on course. Take a look, Andrew.
Well, Anita, she is coming off a 4th inlet wheel at round 5. When we spoke to them earlier, we know they've both come off injuries. So bouncing back nicely, making real good top 5 results. Sitting in 8th overall after 4 stages, so she'll really need to pick it up to hop into that top 5 that she will be aiming for before she got here.
As the clock ticks, if you remember before, current leading time is in the 26-minute mark. So she's got around 3 minutes to make it down to the bottom of Whistler Mountain. Such a long day of riding as she navigates that technical rock section smoothly.
Yeah, some of the most grueling terrain here on the Whistler Mountain. There is everything from high alpine to tight in the woods to rocky to rooty and obviously fast on these fire roads. You'll be hurting, Cam, coming down this far into a run. You've done 4 stages all over Whistler and Blackcomb and Creekside. And then they tell you, no, you've still got to drop about 25 to 26 minutes from top of the world.
Good luck keeping those hands on those handlebar grips at this point.
Sister of Anita, the twin sisters, put their own team together, riding for Norco Racing, Norco Twins Racing, out of Switzerland. She suffered an injury mid-season after a really good start to the season. So she had 8th at round 2 in Colombia, went better with a 5th at round 3 in France, and she actually started with a 5th. Like I said, sorry, in Colombia she started with a 5th, then it was an 8th, then a 5th. So she had great consistency and then suffered the injury.
Well, we got to think that Anita is leading her sister Carol right now. She was in the 23-minute mark while she was descending those technical rocks. Carol sitting at 24:18 right now.
So these riders have really got to dig deep here. It's not far to the finish, but it's been a grueling, long day. Spoke to a lot of the riders. This is one of the best EWSs of the season. Obviously, it's dry, but they feel like it's got a bit of a more fun aspect to it. The liaisons are grueling, but not too grueling. The stages have a lot of diverse terrain in them, and they're having a lot of fun practicing it and even racing a lot of these tracks, where sometimes the tracks are getting very beat up, they're quite raw, and they're not that fun to race, but they're obviously challenging.
Well, of course, the trails here in Whistler are some of the best in the world, but being able to hang out at the Crankworx Festival, I'm sure that's why it's also a favorite to all these riders. Here we go, Carol entering the final section. Oh, new rider on screen.
So Rachel coming down the track here, time ticking away at 27:53 and change. So she will not be able to slip into that hot seat. But we are waiting for the Garrick sisters, see if they can challenge the time. Man, what a feat just to finish this race here in Whistler, Cam. You've got to be proud of yourself. It's 5 grueling stages all in one day. It's an amazing, amazing feat, as I said, just to cross the finish line in one piece with your bike in one piece. But before we get to the men, seeing some of the ladies coming through here. So we know Ray Morrison was out. Becky Cook on stage here. Time ticking away at 23:31. We don't have exact splits, but that is looking good to challenge Anita. So brutal, brutal long course. We can't show you every section, of course not. We can't have a million splits out. They're just not humanly possible on a stage this long. The terrain is so awesome here, this rock slab. So she's opting for the outside line there, riding through very safely. Someone like Anita set up early and went inside to try to get away from that big bump. Becky coming off an 8th inlet wheel at the last round of the EWS, round 5. She also had a 10th place in round 3 at France, so she has broken the top 10 twice this year. Sitting in 14th overall, unfortunately, after stage 4, so she will want to have a good stage here to bump herself up into the top 10. So Becky Cook coming to the finish line, the time ticking away, 25 and change. Not going to be enough to take the lead on the stage 5. Yeah, on screen you'll see Katie Winton. She started out the season
she's in 22. She's doing pretty good on that section.
She is doing very well. She started out the season great, having some podiums at round 1 and round 2, but then she slipped back. Some 6th and a 5th place at the last race. She also lost out on the UK National Enduro title, which was really a little bit of a surprise to most people. So she's looking to bounce back to that early season form here. Time says she's doing very well on this stage here. She'll be hungry for more.
She looks to have a bit more energy left in the tank here at the bottom of this course than the last few competitors we got a glimpse of.
Yeah, she is attacking, still getting some pedal strokes in.
Take a look here. Katie Winton crossing the line ahead by over a second. She moves into the lead.
So that was a short-lived hot seat for ALN, unfortunately. She was very excited, but she's going to have to settle for second currently right now. What can Katie do? She's been looking to bump herself up back on that podium position. She needs a really good ride, though, because she's not sitting too pretty in the overall coming in. She's only in 9th, so she's really going to need a strong finish here. Will this help?
Well, Andrew, we know that ISABEAU COURDURIER dropped first, but let's see who's actually crossing the finish line first here. I suspect we may have had a situation of passing.
No, it isn't. ISABEAU has kept Cecile very honest here and kept her at bay. She goes into the hot seat by 23.48 seconds. ISABEAU takes a lead. Oh, that is a... Wow, not a replay. As you see, Cecile has just come into the finish line, very close to ISABEAU. So it will be safe to say with about a minute interval, she's probably taken that win, but she did not pass ISABEAU.
Wow, that just really goes to show the speed of Cecile Ravenel right now, almost passing ISABEAU COURDURIER, who crossed the finish line over 20 seconds ahead.
And there you have it, in 23 minutes and 30 seconds and change. She takes that win over ISABEAU, and Katie bumped herself up into 3rd position, but we haven't seen the overall yet.
Well, it's official. Cecile Ravenel will win stage number 5, and after winning all 5 stages, that means she wins the Camelback Canadian Open Enduro presented by Specialized.
Wow, that is 6 races and 6 wins. She's also taken all the stage wins today, Cam. That is such a dominating performance. And I think she's earned that beer. Yeah, I must say so myself.
What better way to celebrate a day of dominance than a Glacier Fresh Kokanee?
Wow, that was an action-packed race there. We almost had passing. Amazing, amazing feat from all the athletes to get through 5 stages. But there we go. Cecile Ravenel stomped her authority on everyone here in 47 minutes total time. Over a minute into ISABEAU. Noga Coram in 3rd, ALN, our local hero, in 4th, and Katie Winton couldn't get back on the podium. She was in 5th.
Well, that's the women's category wrapped up after a long day of racing. And Andrew Needling, what does that mean? That means we have the men coming up next. Here's who's doing well so far in stage number 5 for the men. Take a look, Andrew.
Well, no surprise there, Jared Graves. He has won here in the past. 21 minutes and 23 seconds. Can anyone go better than that and get even the sub 21 or sub 20? Curtis Keane has spent a lot of time up here. He's sitting in 3rd place, but a lot of heavy hitters still to come. So it's a nice ride by Jared, but will it hold?
On course right now, you can see we got Joe Barnes. Sean Neer is on course also. Looks like we have a mechanical out there. We saw some footage of a flat tire. But right now, Pedro Burns making his way toward that finish line.
Yeah, there's some really new riders I see cropping up. I follow it as much as I can, and I'm seeing a lot of young up-and-coming riders, obviously going against the legends like Sam Hill.
Oh, look at this on screen. A little bit of 4-cross action passing in Enduro. Definitely something that happens. So we're starting to see a lot of action. Sorry to interrupt, but
no, I mean, we have to.
Can't avoid that. And it looks like we got Mitch ROPELATO out. Yep, Mitch ROPELATO on course, Andrew.
Yeah, Mitch ROPELATO, I got a chance to catch up with them, and they are really excited about it. They're excited about the stages. It's obviously dry, that's one thing, but they really say they're having a lot of fun practicing and I think racing. So with the likes of Crankworx and EWS working with them, how do you go and pick these stages?
It's a real challenge, actually, you know, because we're trying to keep the discipline wild and true to its roots, but at the same time, you know, keep it testing and fun and pushing it while also trying to bring it to as many people as possible. There's a huge fan base now. So this course was designed to be more compact than normal here in Whistler. Stage 1 and 2 really close together over on Blackcomb with a couple of climbs, so they had a, you know, physical element to the liaisons. And then over to Creekside, and then this huge stage at the end.
We're a little bit jealous that you have Mitch ROPELATO following your entire World Series, because we had him for the last couple of years on Crankworx. And he was a guy who's doing front flips in dual speed and style, winning pump track races. What's it like to see a young rider like Mitch ROPELATO with a bright future in any discipline that he chooses, choosing Enduro?
Oh, it's awesome, but it's you know, we're seeing guys like Martin Mays going and racing Downhill World Cup, which is incredible. We're seeing like the Garrick twins in the female category going and racing the Swiss Epic cross-country stage race. I mean, it's just really good and really healthy and exciting to see riders from all disciplines sort of mix and match, and I think this is a nice melting pot for everyone, really.
Oh dear, I think it is the rear flat there. Richie Rude still pushing hard, but unfortunately that really seems like a rear flat. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Still hammering to the finish line. He's only losing a minute to Graves on a 22-minute stage here. Unfortunate for Richie. That'll be gut-wrenching.
Wow.
Second overall coming to the stage. That is not going to help matters.
This is really going to open up the door for guys like Eddie Masters and Sam Hill right now to creep up onto that podium.
On screen we have Mark Scott getting some good results this season, but someone like Sam Hill, you're totally right. I think it's a level of consistency, and so kind of his average speed down the course is so amazing. He's not going super fast in one section and super slow. He'll opt for more consistent high speed, high-ish speed, it seems.
Yeah, he's got this.
Look at this. Eddie Masters puts his name at the top of that list right now, into the hot seat, celebrating with the beer. He's been strong all day. This is definitely going to affect the overall.
Yeah, you would have maybe called this a surprise early in the season, Chris, but Eddie Masters has come away with a podium this season already. He's got a stage win here today. He's also made a mess of stage 1. It seems like he crashed, and another stage where he was down in 39th. So Mark Scott slotting into 6th position in stage 5. They're obviously going to recalibrate everything, Cam, and throw us back to overall later in the day. Robin Warner we see on track. He's a little bit down on the time of Eddie Masters, but man, he came out flying in the beginning of the season, racking up some podiums and then opting to be at home for the birth of his child. Well, that's great to see. Robin Warner will bring him home here, slotting into, what will it be, 21.50. He'll slot into 11th place. That is for stage 5, 31 seconds back. They will calibrate, they'll throw that into the overall, and they'll see where he fits into the EWS here in Whistler. Man, what a relief, I think, to get down after 20-odd minutes. He seems happy, but he's probably smoked after that round.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the overall results here, actually, and Eddie's currently leading the race as well as leading that stage with local favourite Johan Borelli in 2nd and Remy in 3rd, which is pretty amazing. That's
great to see. He was sitting in 4th coming in. He's still got it. He's obviously gone ahead of someone like Richie Rude, so if he can stay there, he might pip another podium again. Who knows? It might be better. I mean, 20 minutes, anything can happen.
Look at this. Martin Mays catching up right now to Florian Nicolai, having a smoking split right here.
Eddie's going to be kind of chewing his fingernails as we say that. He wipes the moustache. Looks like Martin Mays is 20 seconds up on Eddie. at the split. Not a lot of course still to come.
There he is right now on screen, Martin Mays. Can he do it? It's going to be close. Eddie Masters holding down that fastest time at 21:18. Oh, Martin's going to do it for sure. Take a look at this.
Looking great, Martin Mays, 19 seconds up on Eddie Masters. He bumps Eddie away from that hot seat. Where is that going to put him in the overall? That should jump him into first overall. Martin Mays, he knows it. That is a storming run by the Belgian. So we're waiting for the updated overall, but in our calculation, and there you have it, slots him into first. Martin Mays, followed by Eddie Masters, followed by Jared Graves. But the danger man, Sam Hill, is still up on the hill, and Damien Otton is still to drop. And none other than Sam Hill. His record speaks for itself in downhill, and now he's doing the same in EWS.
Oh, look at the splits.
What is the splits? He is down, 26 seconds down. Martin Mays has put an absolute stormer in here. Sam Hill, his work is cut out, but I think that's all she wrote. Martin Mays, what a run so far, but let's see what Sam can do on the lower slopes here. So Sam Hill blowing a lot of the riders and the fans' minds at home. He's on his flat pedals, opting for an inside line in the berm. I've heard a lot of riders saying they just don't know how he does it. Well, my friends, today we might be asking the question, how did Martin Mays do it? We know how disappointed he's been with all these second places in his career. He's currently sitting in the hot seat on stage 5 and the overall.
Oh, Martin Mays, if he's doing the math right now, wondering if he knows that he's so far ahead at the split right now above Sam Hill. Sam Hill would have to pull out some sort of miracle to beat Martin Mays in this stage 5 right now, but he's been known to do such things. Take a look.
He'd need a real miracle because he was 16 seconds down coming into stage 5 after the 4 stages. Looking like he is down. That clock is clicking. 21 minutes, 16 and change. Martin Mays sitting there.
Well,
it's going to be an amazing win for Martin Mays.
Sam Hill comes in 4th place, 25 seconds back behind Martin Mays as Martin celebrates the win here today.
What an incredible ride by the young Belgian. He's really putting his name atop the elite here in the sport of EWS.
Wow, it really came down to the wire right there. Seeing Eddie Masters put down such a good run, but that run just getting obliterated by Martin Mays. Martin Mays first and seconds all day through all the stages.
He's ecstatic. Chris Paul, that's great to see, man. Really great to see.
That's a well-deserved win. That's incredible.
So I think Martin Mays celebrating with that kokanee. He takes the win here in stage 5, takes the win here in the Camelback Canadian Open Enduro presented by Specialized. This is just stage 5 results right now. Martin Mays in first. Eddie Masters 19 seconds behind, but still good enough for 2nd place. And Jared Graves getting a 3rd in that stage.
Yeah, that'll help his confidence. He hasn't had the season we all expect from him and he expects from himself. But the overall, Martin Mays takes the win over Sam Hill and Eddie Masters.